Let's see what it looks like. Hey everybody, Pete, Iron City Garage. So today's a little bit of a different day. One of my vehicles that I bought years ago and kept. I bought it for my dad because he always wanted one of these, so I went out and found the best one possible. I bought it, and unfortunately it's been sitting here. And this is a 1964 Ford Econoline. It's a heavy duty model, so it came factory with a little bit of a stouter frame, 9-inch rear end. I believe it's a 5-lug too. It also came with 15s, or I think these are 14s instead of 13s. Yeah, 5-lug wheel, looks like 14s instead of 13s. Really, really cool truck. This one, I'll just give you a little peek here. We're gonna take it outside and blow this cover off because it is really, really, really dusty, but amazing patina, just pretty much as good as it gets. I got this off in Air Force Base in New Mexico via a buddy of mine. So these things are known for rusting out really, really, really bad. They rot like a Mustang. They were built like a Mustang on a unibody frame. This had like a 177 straight 6 in it. So it's kind of a sad story. Even though this thing only has like, I think 48,000 miles or something like that, 38, it's really low. Had one bad cylinder in the motor, like really, really bad. So we weren't able to save it. I want to put an LS motor in it. We're hunting down proper doghouse for it right now. So the doghouse is like the engine cover in between the front seats. I found one in California. Somebody in the 60s made doghouses for these for a Chevy 350 conversion. I want to keep it as original looking on the inside as possible, so does my dad. So we're hunting one of those right now. If you have one, let me know. I don't really know if they had a particular brand name or anything. It's more of just a V8 conversion doghouse for an Econoline. That's the plans, but right now it's in the way. So this has been sitting here for years. I think 4 years ago I bought this, 4 or 5 years ago. It's tying up a lift and it's tying up a ton of space. Clay wants the 2-post rack over here, which I have 2 of at my other building. So we're gonna move it today. We're gonna pull this Econoline out. We're gonna blow this cover off so I can reuse it. Plastic covers now to put over top of the canvas ones for the dust. And blow it off outside, uncover it, give it a wash, inventory the parts that are in the bed, and then we're gonna move this over to my other warehouse, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna move the rack over to that other warehouse, and then I got some guys coming in to cut the floor and port footers for that new lift. So it'll be a fun day, but it's gonna be a really dusty day. Stay tuned. I hope you like this thing. This is absolutely the best heavy-duty Econoline out there, that's for sure. Brakes. This truck, it ran for a second. There's no rot in that one. I paid a lot for this thing, but it was like, I paid, I don't know if it was a lot, it's probably a lot of time. Go, Clay, grab that side. Hasn't seen any kind of light in 4 years. Date on that, 3920. All right, she's out. 64 Ford Econoline. This is a heavy duty model. This is really, really hard to find. This is a New Mexico truck, came off an Air Force base. I give it a bath and move it to the other warehouse. All the parts and stuff are in the bed. Maybe we'll do something with it this year. Definitely not for sale though, because I know now in the past, since I bought this, I haven't seen another one this good, and I'm in all the Facebook groups and stuff like that for these. I go to all the shows. We haven't seen anything anywhere remotely close to this solid, like metal-wise or patina-wise. This is...
Do some unloading, huh?
person.
I don't think. I can't spend $70.
Slippery when wet. It's really tight. Alright, Bob it.
We're just going right down the street.
Usually what we did on the tow trucks is crank the windshield, the 2 points in the back.
It's like I know what I'm doing or something. Alright, yeah, you want to follow me over there in your car? Yeah. it's up on the deck. We just winch it up to like here. We gotta get a floor jack on there.
I remember using the jack and
I still don't have a good date and time for us. So
Yeah, I really want to put it in a less motor. Step over the oil slick.
all right, you're good.
What it looks like. It's supposed to be at the warehouse? Alright, let's
Oh, you got it. You must.
That's it. It's in the warehouse where it'll be for, I don't know, we'll see. If I get some money together, find the right people to help, find the right motor to put in it. What we're trying to not do is disturb how original this thing is. I gotta send it out and get it dry ice blasted to get all this undercoat off so we can see what's what. But I mean, that's just factory undercoat. And the metal behind it's awesome. Gotta do that. I don't want to cut the floor up because it's so nice and original. I really like, if we put a V8 in here, I just don't want to be cutting the floor to get the cylinder heads like underneath the seats. So I'm still exploring other engine options. I've seen these done with LS motors. I've seen them done with all the variations of the Ford Straight 6 family, which I want nothing to do with. I've seen them with actually a Mercedes 5-cylinder diesel out of a Sprinter van. That was pretty cool. That's just a really big heavy motor. I'd be open to a small 4-cylinder diesel, but it would have to be something that's smaller, like really smaller, like not a 4BT that's super big and heavy, like a Volkswagen diesel or something, like small. That would be nice in here, but you know, You could do a lot of different things. Obviously, the LS motor is going to be best for resale and reliability and drivability. It's a lot of work, and I hate seeing really good original cars cut up. Whatever I put in here to make it better than it was, I don't want to disturb a lot doing it. So trying to find a motor and transmission combo that ideally fits into the opening that's currently here. If this thing was a rust box and we did a bunch of rust repair, had cut it all up and painted it anyways, then I don't really care. But this thing is so original, I just don't want to disturb that. Fortunately, the original powertrain for these sucks, and it's slow, and it's always like very underpowered. Like I've driven a bunch of these. It's 3 in a tree. You're constantly in between second and third gear in the city here with all of our hills in Pittsburgh. It's not fun to drive. It's very underpowered. Like you were just absolutely redlining in second gear or falling on your face in third gear. So it makes driving it tough. It's not really a highway combo either. So we want to be able to like take this thing on trips and stuff. Like I want AC, I want automatic transmission, I want like creature comforts, headrest, like something I can take it to Columbus for the Good Guy show. I can go wherever the car shows around Pittsburgh. I can drive it to work. I want it to be reliable. So that's where it's at. It'll be here. It'll be waiting for me as we figure it out. And it's nice. I come over here quite a bit so I can stop and ponder at it. And we'll see. We'll start maybe trying to get it at appointment to get dry ice blasted, because you can see it's popping off. Kick it up here. Let's see. Right in there. All in here, this stuff is just coming off, and it's beautiful. All original paint behind it. So I want to get this whole thing all cleaned up. It's definitely one of the most original ones out there as far as sheet metal goes, because they rot something fierce all in here. It's usually all gone. Inside this rocker, the floors, the quarters, these things are usually completely gone. So it's a special truck. That's it, we're done. We're going back to work. Back to stuff that makes some money instead of dreams. Get everybody a hand wipe. And, I should move my Cobra. Hey, thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have cars like these in your garage, if you have a fastback Mustang or convertible Impala, a nice original paint pickup truck or an old cab over truck, and you want to sell it, I'd love to try and put a deal together with you. You can get a hold of me at 412-335-6100. We pay excellent prices. We pay finder's fees. You know, it's no secret. We do make a little money on the YouTube videos, so that allows me to pay, you know, sometimes market value or really good prices for these cars. We'd love to come out and drag it out of your barn. We'd love to film it. We'd love for you to be a part of that whole process. So if you have an original paint or an original old fastback Mustang that needs work, like these ones I have on my trailer, or if you have an old pickup, or again, a convertible Impala, cab over truck, whether it doesn't matter where you are, we buy nationwide here in the United States, all the way as far as California. I've had stuff, New Mexico, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, high desert stuff we love. So, or if you're in the East Coast and it's a rusty Mustang or a rusty convertible Impala, that is fine. We typically don't buy many trucks on the East Coast, but I buy a lot of cars on the East Coast. If you have cab over parts also, especially for these early Fords, I'd be interested in that. It never hurts to send me an email or a text. IronCityGarage@gmail.com. You're welcome to send me an email or a text message, probably the best. You kind of get an instant answer that way. 412-335-6100. I'd love to talk to you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully we can make a deal on what you guys have on your farms or in your garages.